Anyway, I was in the barbershop the other day and a dude looked at me and he was like, yo, you look familiar. So I'm thinking he's about to say, I know you from YouTube or Instagram. He goes, yo, I still got your mixtape, man, Coming to America. That shit was fire. That mixtape came out in 2004. So almost 20 years later, somebody recognized me from that mixtape. Anyway, that got me thinking I should probably re-release that mixtape. Although it was pretty reckless, today's climate is very, very sensitive. So, I don't know, I'll think about it. But if I do end up bringing it back, it'll be on my Patreon, but I'll let you guys know here about it first. Intro. You should come rolling my shit. Yo, what up? My name is Vladimir Riché from ChaseandRider.com. In today's video, we're going to unbox a very special shoe. I received it about 2 weeks ago, and I've been dying to show it to you guys. What made this pair so special is the fact that it's a first for me in a couple different categories. For someone that has as many shoes as I do, whenever there's a first of something, I'm always excited. So the shoes that we are going to unbox comes from a brand out of Trinidad. Having a shoe brand from the Caribbeans is automatically very special, being that I'm from the Caribbeans myself. Haiti and Trinidad aren't that far apart. Usually when I'm getting a pair of shoes, I'm always very hands-on about what I want. In this case, I trusted Kenwen's taste and just let him run with it. He had an idea about the type of shoes that he wanted to make for me, so I didn't really fight it. And looking at the finished product, I'm really glad that I didn't, because once again, this is a first for me. Typically, I try to get something that I'm kind of familiar with, but I don't have a shoe like this in my collection at all. So without further ado, let's get right to the shoes, man. This is one thing that Cru is very proud of. They make shoes for guys that usually have a hard time finding shoes that fit, either because of the shape of their feet or the size of their feet. More on that later. So here are the details on the shoes that's written on the box. This shoe is actually named after me. Kind of a big deal, you know what I mean? But the model is called the Riché Mod 167. The last is the TT03. Size is a US 8D. So that's one thing that's different about Cru. Their sizing system is based on US, where most of the shoes that I have are based on UK. So just something to keep in mind. The leather and the color is a storm gray museum calf. Over here it says custom made for the big homie Vladimir Riché. Like I said, man, I'm kind of a big deal. You heard? So the first thing that I noticed when I opened the box is there's a really nice message here from Kenwen, which is extremely cool. In the box, it also comes with this. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's get to the shoes. So the shoes come in 2 black shoe bags, extremely soft. I'm not sure what material that is, but feels like velvet. And these are the shoes right here, man. So as I was saying, this is a first for a couple reasons. Number one, it's a single monk strap. I do own a couple double monk straps, but this is my first pair of single monk straps. So this is really, really exciting. The second thing that's a first for me is the color. So all my shoes are either black, burgundy, brown. I think that's it. So this is my first time really stepping out of my element a little bit and getting something that's not one of those colors. And as far as the leather on these shoes, came from Italy, from the Il Tannery. That tannery is well known for their museum calf, and they definitely did not disappoint with this pair, as this storm gray is really, really striking. The cool thing about this, even though it is a storm gray, when you're indoors, it does look very dark. So if you're someone that's not really that comfortable stepping out of your comfort zone, a storm museum gray is a great place to start, because once again, indoors, it does look like it's black. But the cool thing about it, when you're outside, it definitely looks like it's gray, like it's not black. So it's almost chameleon-like. Inside is one color, outside is a different color. And the fact that it's museum calf means that the whole shoe is not just one color. There are a couple different shades of gray going through it. So if you look, you can definitely see small gray here. And as you get towards the front, you can see that it's a little bit darker gray. Now, real quick, let me tell you about the sponsor of this video, myself. My website has been under construction for a while now, but I'm glad to report that the first phase of the website is finally up. So please check out ChaseandRider.com. On there, you can get my ebook for free, the 7 style mistakes that you're making right now. Also on the website, you'll be able to book a one-on-one call with me. A lot of guys have asked me in the past, is it possible to book a call? Typically, I only do this type of things in person, but ever since the pandemic, I started to do a lot more calls. But I would only do it for clients that I've met and worked with in person before. But starting right now, I'm opening it up to everybody. So if you go on the website and you download the ebook, there will be an option for you to book a call with me. I'm really excited to be working with you one-on-one. So once again, check out the website chaseandrider.com where you can get your free ebook, The 7 Style Mistakes That You're Making Right Now. And if you want to book a call and work with me one-on-one, I'll be more than happy to assist. Back to the video. The last, once again, is a TT03, and the shoe just has a really beautiful shape to it. Another thing that's a first for me, excluding loafers and speedo derbies, I think this is the first pair of dress shoes that I have that doesn't have a toe cap. Let's take a look at the bottom. So it comes with a black sole with the Cru Nonpareil logo right on the waist, and the design is just a really beautiful shoe. I don't really know how else to put this. So even though the model is called a Riché, this comes from Kenwen really appreciating what I bring to the menswear game. If you buy these, I don't get anything from it financially. I'm only talking about them because I feel like they are excellent and you guys should be aware of them. With that said, Cru did send me the shoes for free so that I can introduce them to you guys, although everything that you're hearing, as always, are strictly my thoughts. They don't get an advanced copy of the video or anything like that. They'll be seeing it at the same time as you guys. Now let me give you a bit of background about Cru Nonpareil. They were founded in 2020, so a relatively new brand. They have 3 different lines of shoes to choose from. They started with a Goodyear welted line that's made in Spain. They recently just started a hand-welted line, which is what these shoes are, and these are made in China. And they also have a service boots line that's made in Indonesia. Cru sources their leathers at the same tanneries as all these other high-end shoe brands. So we're talking about France, Italy, Germany, Spain, England. One thing about Cru, all their shoes are custom made. So they don't really have anything that you can buy that's readily available. But twice a year, they run a special where they make shoes that you can purchase right away. We're talking about loafers and plain capital Oxfords, etc. But for the most part, you do have to pre-order their shoes and they take about 7 weeks. So in this review, we're going to focus more on the handmade line since this is what these shoes are, but just know that there are other lines also available. So as I was saying, these shoes are made on the TT03 last, which is their soft chiseled last. They do have 4 different lasts to pick from if you're doing the handmade line. TT01 is their medium round toe last. TT02 is their real chiseled last. TT03, once again, like this one, is their soft chiseled last, and then they have TT04, which is their almond shaped last. So they have all your basics covered as far as lasts are concerned, and they do have more lasts available in their other lines, but once again, we're going to focus more on their hand-welted line. Speaking of hand-welted, the shoes are also hand-lasted with a hand-stitch outsole. And the place where the shoes are made, it's not really a factory, it's more of a workshop. Typically, when you're dealing with factories, they have so many different clients. But in the case of a workshop, it's more of a smaller operation and everything is pretty hands-on. Now, after the shoes were ordered, while you're waiting for your shoes to be made for those 7 weeks, I've never really seen anything like this before, but I knew everything that was going on with the shoes before they got delivered to me. It started with the first update telling me that my shoes were in the assembly and sewing stage. And they actually send you a picture showing you exactly what stage that the shoes are in. So this is not just talk. You actually get to see what the shoe looks like in that stage, which is crazy. So after I got that update, I wasn't really anticipating any other update because once again, I'm not really used to that, you know what I mean? But a couple of days later, I got another update telling me that my shoes are on the channel carving stage. And once again, that came with another picture showing me exactly what it looks like in the channel carving stage. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this kind of updates with the pictures is exclusive to the hand-welted line. If you get a pair of Goodyear welted shoe, you will still get the updates, but you won't get the pictures with it. And to me, the pictures are really what makes it exciting because you can actually see every step of the process. Now, one thing that I was nervous about is how the shoes were going to fit. I'm always nervous when I'm getting a pair of shoes from a brand that I've never tried before. But Kenwen assured me that the shoes were going to fit. One thing with the hand-welted line, the shoes also come with a pair of inserts. Just in case if the shoes don't fit, let's say they're a little bit too big, then the inserts can help them fit better. So that kind of put my mind at ease, but I'm glad to report that I didn't need the inserts. Now let's talk about the price. The shoes retail for $685. That includes the shipping, which is great. If you wanted to get the same exact shoe as mine, this one will run you $735, and that's because mine has the metal toe plates, which is an extra $50. And being that they have to make the shoes for you, there are a few things that you can customize. So with mine, you can see that it has a square waist, but they do have a fiddleback option, but that's going to run you extra $100 to get that. As far as the sole shape, I have the regular, which they call the classic contour, but you can also do a spade sole, which is going to run you extra $25. If you're not familiar with a spade sole, it's exactly as it sounds. The sole actually looks like a spade, and you can see the difference between a spade sole and a contour sole. As I was saying in the beginning, one thing that Cru is very proud of, they offer shoes for guys that have a hard time finding their sizes online. First thing first, you can go up to a size 17 US with Cru. 17 US is a 16 UK. Most of the shoes that I talk about, they usually capped around 12 UK. So that's a welcome addition, because a lot of times in the comments, guys will tell me that they really like the shoes, but unfortunately they don't have their size. With Cru, you really don't have to worry about that. And also, from speaking to Kenwan, he even told me that they can even go up to a size 19 with the Hand-Welted line. That's not on the website, but that's something that you can probably leave them a note about. So just keep that in mind. As far as the width, they do have 3 different options. They have the D, which is their standard fit. They also have a double E and a triple E. But once again, they are using US sizing. So a D for Cru is what most brands would have as an E. Now I think it's time to talk about what's in this bag, which also came with the shoes. So this is a very nice collaboration between Cru and HW Handmade. So let's take a look. And what this is, if you cannot tell, is a beautiful passport cover, which is made in the same exact leather as the shoes. So this is also sourced from the Riché tannery in Italy, and this is fully handmade. So the exterior is storm gray, and the interior is a navy pebble. And also come with 3 slots where you can put your credit card, your driver's license, and there's also a little opening here where you can put your cash. So if you want to travel in style, this is definitely something nice to have. And this retails for $175. One thing that Cru is offering for a limited time is if you buy the wallet and the shoes together, you would save 10%. But if you do get them as a group, the shoe trees will also come included with the shoes. Typically, the shoe trees by themselves are $85, which is still a pretty good price for last day shoe trees. But if you do get them together, the last day shoe trees will be included with the shoes. All in $742.50 for the shoes, the shoe trees, and the passport wallet. The passport wallet, once again, is fully handmade, meaning that it's all hand sewn. So a really beautiful piece. Now, I highly recommend this pair if you're looking for something stylish that's a little bit different than what you might already have in your closet. At least that was the case for me. And I'm really looking forward to wearing these. Once again, the shoes retail for $685, but if you use the code VLAD, V-L-A-D, you get 5% off. Once again, use the code VLAD, V-L-A-D, to get 5% off. Now, one negative, if you want to call it that, is that the shoe trees were really hard to remove. So that's just something to keep in mind. This is the second pair of shoes that I have where the shoe trees were really hard to remove. The first one was my pair from Women Bespoke, but I'm glad to report the more that you wear the shoes, they definitely loosen up a little bit, and it makes it a lot easier for the shoe trees to go in and out of it. But as far as the craftsmanship of the shoes, this is just really a beautiful pair of shoes, man. And this pair of shoes is something that I'm really looking forward to wearing because I don't have anything like this in my closet. My wife was even surprised when I showed them to her. She's like, "Is this your first shoe like this?" She always tells me that all my shoes look the same. So I'm glad that she noticed right away that this one looks different. And as we always do around this time, wrist check. Today I'm wearing my Seiko Sub 035, and I'm currently wearing my Yearn Shoemaker that I've unboxed a couple months ago now. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it somewhere up here. I'll also include it in the description. So this was the unboxing of my first pair of gray shoes from Cru Nonpareil out of Trinidad and Tobago. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe, or everybody gonna think that you a hater. And I'll catch you in the next video.